share.
My name is Alec Johnson. Well, I'm 85 and I'll be 86 on the 15th of September. That's when I was born, 1931.
Your favorite memory about growing up in Ladysmith?
We had big rocks in the creek and we used to have dive in on these rocks and everything. Christ, they would never anybody do what we used to do. And we'd dive and you do the same thing. You were down on the bloody wharf running around, then your dad see you down there, he had a bloody conniption. Right, but I think running down around the water, through the water, on the water, and just bugging around the sea and having...
Being a saltwater rat.
That's a good word. We would never go to the transfer beach for swimming. We swam on the government wharf.
Well, I know you told me about your favorite spot was at the mouth of the creek.
Favorite spot, I think, that's where we learned to swim. The guy used to be a hermit there, and he had a boathouse. And he lived in the boathouse. And everybody had boathouses in those days.
Yeah.
We all had boathouses and everything else. Everybody had boathouses. Everybody had a boat. Yeah. Everybody was a fisherman. My Auntie Viola, she was active in historical affairs and that. And my cousin, her name was Earlene, and she became, I don't know, did she become mayor of Ladysmith? Alderman, and she did a very good job on the festival for Ladysmith, which it was a damn fine job she did.
And the revitalization.
Yeah, I guess that, but that was going to come anyway. Yeah. It was something that Ladysmith went out and brought in that was different than anybody else. Revitalization, everybody's doing that. Okay. I'm very proud of Ladysmith right now. They're doing a wonderful job of vitalizing the town and making it. And you'll be surprised, the town is really impressing me now. It's really impressed me, and maybe it's just because I'm getting old.
Is there anything...
And they've got some nice old broads in town too. 6 years old, I don't think I was responsible for anything hardly. No, not at 6 years old.
None.
Oh, I guess we...
Collecting eggs?
I guess we brought... No, we didn't do much. No. We just went our own way. When we were 6, we went up the mountains and everything else. We went camping in the mountains.
Well, not at 6 years old. That was later.
No.
At 6, you'd be going up in the mountains?
Christ, I must have been 6 years old, and I was away across up at Miller's Creek over the canyon in a log cabin up there. Yes, that's right. Oh, yeah.
Your grandfather, Dave Johnson, was well known for gardens. We have a medallion here in the museum that he won for best fruits and vegetables. Your dad was living in the property on 4th Avenue.
4th Avenue, and Les was on 4th Avenue next door. Well, when we came about 10, 11 years old, when we became 13, we were teenagers, and then all of a sudden a guy would be 14 or 15, he could get into the beer parlor. That was the biggest night in the world, if he get in the beer parlor to have a beer. And we found out that Wheat Chief was the best place to go get a beer, so we'd all go up to the Wheat Chief.
At 14?
14, yeah. But it didn't do us any harm, I don't think. In fact, to tell you, I think it was a very, very good experience for us to learn how to drink.
Yeah.
Lived with Grandma Johnson on Bayview Road. And then I went back over and back here, and then around 1951, all us boys decided to join the Air Force, and we left. I had 2 brothers. One was Leslie and one was Ernie.
When were they born?
Leslie was 2 years older than me, and Ernie was 5 years older than me. My parents was Ernest Johnson, and that's my dad. And he was born, we have some discussion over that. I still say it was the 20th of October, 1900. And my mother, she was 10 years junior, and she was born in Oshawa, Ontario.
Were either of your parents born in Ladysmith?
My dad,
yeah.
1900, I think.
Okay.
20th of October. And my 2 brothers, too. My grandfather, he came out from Prince Edward Island. My grandmother came, I'm pretty sure that she was Acadian from the Maritimes, and I think the Acadians were kicked out of the Maritimes by the British, and she went down to Louisiana, Mississippi somewhere, and eventually she became Cajun or something like that, and French Canadian, and I'm pretty sure that we have, in the Johnson family, we have black blood in our family. My grandparents came to Ladysmith, it must have been before 1900, because had a child in Manitoba, and it was Viola Kell, and she was 1 year older than my dad. My dad was born on the 20th of October 1900 in Ladysmith. Anyway, okay.
So what did Grandpa do when he got here? What was his first job here?
But I think he was in the delivery stable, horses. Where the horse ranch was, I don't know. Where he kept the horses, I don't know.
I understand he was a carpenter when he first came out. He worked on the wharf.
He got a lot of money when he sold the property in Manitoba, and he got into the horse business.
Yeah, because your dad was, by our records, was born in a tent at Transfer Beach because he was working on the wharf.
And then he went from the horses, I think he went in the grocery store, or corner store, and they had a little store on Bayview Road. It was Dogwood Drive. I don't know what it's called now.
I believe he was on Dogwood Drive first, and then in 1930s
he moved down to Bayview Road.
Did your grandmother do anything?
Hand pumping the grass and doing everything, yeah.
Your parents, did he ever work for Comox Logging Railway?
My dad worked for Comox Logging Railroad, definitely, and he was a boomman, and that was around the wartime, definitely in the wartime he was a boomman. What year he joined Comox, I don't know.
We have a picture that says the first boom crew, 1936, and it shows your father and Earl Johnson in the picture.
And after he was a boomman there, when he went over to Vancouver to help his brother-in-law run the hotel business, he worked on the Fraser River.
Still as a boomman?
Yeah, well, they said he was one of the best boom men on the Fraser River. Yeah, he pretty well walked the water. Yeah.